Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Good evening, America. Welcome back to the last Warrior Wednesday of the year. Those of you who have family in your homes right now, hope you're having a great time. I hope you have family over with you and friends and pets and furries, whatever. I hope you're just having a great time out there tonight on this beautiful Christmas Eve. And I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year because, like I said, this is the last show Warrior Wednesday of the year. Last podcast. We did break the machine on Monday. We are now down to the wire here. I will be gaming though, so next week you guys will see me on Rumble. That's only Rumble. I only game on Rumble. So, and those of you who watch on YouTube, just to give you guys notice, we will no longer be on YouTube anymore. Starting in the new year, we're going to be going full time on Rumble, and I will post clips of the show on YouTube if you want to catch some clips. But if you want to watch the whole show, you're gonna have to come over to Rumble. What LoopTube has done to me over the last year has been, well, over a year now, has been absolutely almost 2 years, really, when you think about it. Next January will be 2 years. So what they've done has just been miserable. So they make it incredibly hard to monetize. They suppress your videos if you have a certain frame of thought. You guys know the content that we do here on this show. You know, the people we've had on our shows, you know, the things we talk about, not just Warrior Wednesday, but on Break the Machine podcast as well. Oh, we just got rated. Nice, nice. The Quiet Part Pod has rated us. Thanks for the raid, Chris. Brother, hope you come and hang for a little bit. I know you got to eat and whatnot. You said your food uh, had arrived. So if you have some time, stop on by, brother. You got access, man. Just come in and shoot the shit with me on the way out today if you'd like. But getting back to what I was saying, yeah, LoopTube, we're done there. We won't be there any longer, just for clips. I'm thinking of other places to possibly stream. Maybe X, because I can stream to X, maybe even Facebook. I don't know. I think Facebook, I'm going to create a page for the channel, and just like probably just put clips there too and direct people to Rumble because we want to get people to Rumble. That's where essentially everybody's at. That's where our fam is. That's where everybody who's this community is growing, right? Like Sanoski just, brought his people over and whatnot. And, they're our people now too. Just like I've seen plenty of you guys over on his show. I've seen people over with Yankee Free, with Devilishly Angelic, with Third Railify. And I think that's absolutely awesome. They're all great people. They're all great channels. They all put on great shows. And that's just the way it is. Like that's what we want to continue to do and just continue to grow with one another. And Rumble is the place to be. So if you guys are watching on YouTube, which I don't see the ticker going at all. So like listen, it is the holidays. I get that, and people are out having a good time. So those of you who are actually chilling with me tonight, I appreciate it. Last show of the year, and moving in different directions, and just kind of giving you guys an alert and a heads up about what is going on with that. But I absolutely love you all. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Let's get into it like pretty quick. Again, Chris might be stopping by a little bit later to talk a little bit, and we'll probably shoot the shit some on the way out. Hope you guys liked the intro. Took me freaking 6 hours to make that because I'm a noob with this shit. But that'll be the new intro going in, and I got a nice song for you guys on the way out today. Gonna try to change some stuff up with the show next year on Break the Machine. We will be doing an economy segment at the end of the month, and I'm looking to bring somebody in to do culture stuff, like what's going on in Hollywood, new movies, new shows, all that type of stuff, just to kind of change it up a little bit and bring more stuff to you. It's always about trying to get more information to you guys. What's going on, Bach? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. We absolutely appreciate you all. You know, it's fantastic. Again, I kind of just love this community. It's kind of hard not to. You guys are pretty damn awesome. Pretty awesome. And thanks for the follow, Bach. Appreciate it. Well, let's kind of get into it, right? If you guys have been paying attention like you always do, I know you guys are always on top of shit and stuff like that. You guys probably heard it on some other channels. You probably saw it on social media, but you know that we're still seasoned oil tankers, right? So this is from Task and Purpose. They cover the military and stuff, so you can get their perspective, because most perspectives are going to be either I don't know. There's no real middle with some of this. Uh, Speaking of, if you guys haven't downloaded Free Spoke app, Take a look at it, guys. Seriously, it is a fantastic app. It's a fantastic search engine. They don't really censor results. I will say that the one thing they do censor that is, it's not even a censor, you can't even access it, is any kind of porn or, any stuff like that. Um, they want to make sure that people who use it, with their kids don't have to worry about stuff like that. So, free spoke is the move, guys. But if you guys have been paying attention, this is what's going on. Again, so it says the Coast Guard and other troops boarded the MT maritime ship centuries after it departed Venezuela. It's the second tanker seized this month. American forces boarded and seized an oil tanker in the southern Caribbean Sea today. The Department of Homeland Security said a Coast Guard tactical team boarded the oil tanker MT Centuries after it departed from Venezuela, inserting via helicopter. The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement on X that the Coast Guard, with support from the Department of Defense, executed a lightning strike operation to seize the tanker. The United States will continue, and this is a statement from Christine Ohm. The United States will continue to pursue the illicit movement of sanctioned oil that is used to fund narco terrorism in this region. We will find you and we will stop you, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem wrote on X today, sharing a video of the helicopter landing. I didn't see that actually. It's because I'm not on X all the time. It's not clear what other U.S. forces joined the effort. U.S. Southern Command directed questions to the White House, which did not immediately respond. The United States has a large force in the Caribbean region as part of Operation Southern Spear, the ongoing campaign targeting narco terrorists. Let me see. That includes a carrier strike group, multiple Navy destroyers, fighter jets, drones, and gunships. So, they're doing their thing, guys. They're going to continue this blockade. Okay, it is not going to stop anytime soon. Personally, I think it's a personal thing with the president. If you guys didn't know, on the first ship that they seized, they actually found children on there. So again, why children are on a ship, an oil ship, where they were being taken to, who knows? So there's more to it with this oil stuff, right? So like they're moving this shit out, and they're gonna cripple. He wants to cripple Venezuela, right? And the main idea behind crippling Venezuela is to push Russia and China out of the area. Okay, and Iran. That's essentially what it is, guys. It's not rocket science. It's to essentially get control of our hemisphere. We have not had control of our hemisphere for a very long time now. Since the Obama day, actually, probably since Clinton days, it started to go downhill. Um, Bush didn't pay attention to it because he was, busy on a war footing with Iraq and Afghanistan, and he didn't pay attention to it. Then again, Obama just completely whatever. You guys can do whatever. Being the communist that he is, he didn't really care about it anyway. But the history of socialism, especially in Latin American and Central American countries, goes a long way back. We're talking about over 100 years, guys. Okay, so communism and Marxism has been a thing in that area for a long time. Hey, what's going on? Guys, make sure you're following Shorty 7081. That is just Gina. She's one of the hosts of Thoroughrailify, which is an absolute fantastic show, guys. So please, please, please make sure you guys are tuning in to Just Gina. They come on, and Sean, they come on at 10 p.m. after us. And Gina, it's good to see you, honey. I'm glad you stopped in. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you made it home safely. I think you made it home because I saw you the other day. I jumped in the other day just to look, and it looked like you were in your studio at home. Um, yeah, it's all good. It's all right. Yes, Merry Christmas Eve to you all. Again, if you're traveling, please have safe trips. If you're driving, like I will be doing tomorrow, take your time. Don't rush getting to where you have to. Make sure you gas up. I didn't. No, I'm telling you to make sure you gas up ahead of time. I didn't get a chance to gas up today. Uh, so I'm gonna have to do it in the morning. I usually stop to get when I'm taking a trip to go see family. I usually stop to get something to eat. But I'm usually gassed up the day before and don't have to worry about it because it's just a straight shot for me, and I don't have to worry about stopping for gas on the way up. So I will stop, unfortunately. But if you are traveling tomorrow, please, 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 okay, make sure you take care of whatever it is that you need to take care of. Jonathan, what is going on? Good to see you. Um, I was just letting them all know, Jonathan, that we are headed to, well, we got into the oil tanker seizing, but before that, letting everybody know that we will not be on LoopTube anymore. Only for clips that, I'm gonna have to clip stuff out for you guys. and edit that stuff. So they might suck at first. So I apologize ahead of times because I'm an absolute noob with this shit. And but it has to get done. And we have to move away from a platform that's just not going to give us the breathing room for us to do what it is that we need to do. But Rumble does. But getting back to the oil tankers and stuff like that, this is again, this is to try to grab control of our hemisphere. It's been out of our control for a very long time. Okay, and this is what he's doing, right? And I know there's fear, and as there should be, that we might be actually going into Venezuela at that time. I think he's just going to cripple them financially, and in the end, this is just my opinion. Okay, you guys may absolutely be right. Those of you that feeling that war is on the menu, um, I I just think he's going to absolutely destroy them, continue to destroy them economically, and just take money from anybody who's connected with Maduro, including Maduro himself, and just make it really really painful financially for the people who are in control in that country until they just give up and fucking leave. I think he's actually giving them the opportunity to just get the hell out of Dodge and give the Venezuelan people a chance at uh, instating the true president who actually won the election before they rigged it and all that other stuff. They did what they do down in South America, right? They stopped polling and stuff like that at a certain time when the head ninja in charge, who's the what do you call it, the despot that's in charge, when he sees he's going to lose in an actual election, what do? They stop everything, close the polls, and do what they do best, is cheat, so that they can stay in power. And then they flood the polls, with ballots and stuff like that are for him. Base Blondie, what is going on? Good to see you, honey. Um, and whatnot. So again, fam, I think that is the goal, essentially, to just cripple them, continue to cripple them financially, and it hurts the Chinese and the Russians too. That's how he's doing things. That's how he did things in his first term. Uh, with all the bullshit that went on in his first term that he didn't get a chance to get done, and all the pushback he was getting from the shitheads in his reality pocket. What's going on? Good to see you. With all the shitheads that he was led to believe were going to have his back and didn't, and the impeachments and everything. That's how he did Russia. He had the Russians over a barrel financially, right? And then Biden came in and freed all that shit up. Had the Iranians completely just defunct of any kind of real money coming in. They couldn't do shit. And then we know what the administration did with that, billions of dollars they gave back to Iran in order for them to continue to fund terrorism around the world and do the things that they do. So, I think in the end, this is his way of doing things. Is just, he's a businessman, right? Like, well, obviously he's been the president before, he's the president now. He has seen things that we will never see. He hears things that we will never hear. But I think he's taking a business aspect to it, and it's like, let me just he's taking a page out of Reagan's book. Okay, that's how Reagan did the Soviet Union. He just put them over a barrel, except back then he just outspent them on absolutely everything. In this case, things like embargoing Venezuela and blockading them from taking the oil that they're selling for themselves and getting it to the countries that are bad actors in the world. Okay, and again, you guys have heard me talk about Russia. I don't think they're the immediate threat, but that doesn't mean they're our friends. They're adversarial. Okay, I do think that what's up, C Dub? What's going on? Um, I do think that they're still very adversarial with us, but I will give Putin credit. He's just thinking about his nation the way we think about ours. He wants to Mother Russia is his thing, right? So I get it, but he has done things over the time where he's got rid of all of his anybody who was gonna do anything to go up against him. They either found themselves irradiated somewhere in a fucking hospital, they got completely arrested, thrown in a gulag, they got offed or disappeared and whatnot. So, he did all of that to make sure that he maintained his power. Then he took a little break, put a puppet in place, and then came back. But with that said, I will say I think there's a side of him that wants to have some sort of relationship with the United States, especially with Trump at the helm right now. Um, we will see, right? Like, but he's still gonna do he's still gonna do what he needs to do for Russia, as we should be doing what's best for us. and China is going to do what's best for them. So I think the pressure right now on Venezuela actually affects the Russians and the Chinese considerably, and the Iranians as well. And there's just no money, like you said, for narco terrorism. It's not even just for drugs; it's for other shit too. I mean, shit. There were reports of Maduro was willing to just essentially give it all up, okay, just to so that so he doesn't get disappeared and stuff like that. Those are just reports, uh, you know, that were coming back and forth and stuff like that. But that's where we're at with that, fam. Uh, it's something else. It's incredible. And I'm gonna stick with some military stuff. Those of you who served, like myself, okay, and those of you who were religious, not spiritual, religious, okay, genuinely religious, our chaplains used to mean something to us, okay, and it was a big thing for all of us to go to church. When I was in basic training in Paris Island, okay, I went across the street to Catholic Mass. Now they had other different services too as well, okay, um, but I was able to go to Catholic Mass at a certain time on Sundays and stuff like that, right? Um, but the overall, we'll say spirituality, okay, was really strong in the military at one point. Then I don't know when it changed. I seem to believe that it seems to feel like it was under Obama, but it could have been happening before that. But they went from being religious leaders in the military to therapists, right? And they took away like everything about essentially about what a chaplain is supposed to do. The chaplain is supposed to be your spiritual and religious guidance, not just to sit. Their main focus, okay, is religion. That's what chaplains are for. Okay. Secondary to that would be, like I said, talking therapeutic, being able to talk to the troops, okay, depending on your denomination and whatnot. I know they had non-denominational chaplains. We had one when I was in what do you call it, in Iraq, but like we literally had, like I said, like Catholic chaplains, Protestant chaplains, like they were different, okay, as far as Christianities. And we're for the most part mainly Christians in our military. So it was very important for our chaplains to be very Christian, all right, and not be social workers. And I think that's kind of what happened to our chaplain corps and whatnot. But I got news for you. Pete Hegseth is he's just gonna rip this shit up too. There was something that went into effect. I want to say they were working on something that started in 2024 that took effect in August. Pete Hegseth saw it and was like, "Yeah," he gave it a shot just to see where it was going at, to see what they were doing. And I'll read a little bit on this article. Again, this is from Task and Purpose. For those of you who served and actually had good solid relationships with your chaplains. So the recently launched effort to boost resilience in the spiritual domain is already canceled. The Army is scrapping its spiritual fitness guide after less than 5 months in use. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a change in a video on social media on Tuesday. This was yesterday. He largely addressed changes in the Army chaplain corps, in which he said that chaplains have been minimized, viewed by many as therapists instead of ministers. As part of his comments, he criticized the recently implemented tool, saying that the Army is tossing it. It mentions God one time. I guess this was the new handout. That's it, Hex has said. It mentions feelings 11 times, and it even mentions playfulness, whatever that is, 9 times. Army spokesman Tony McCormick confirmed to Task and Purpose that the directive went into effect immediately. We are aggressively moving toward with Secretary Hex's intent to discontinue the Army Spiritual Fitness Guide, he said. The pages on the Army website that contain information on the guide and its related material have also been taken down, with the URLs redirecting to 404 error pages or other not found results. The Army rolled it out as the start of August. The plan, along with its battle book, was part of the Army's Holistic Health and Fitness Program, also known as H2F. That just sounds DEI written all over it. Began development in the fall of 2024. I knew it, but was released August under Hegseth's time as Secretary of Defense. So the idea behind the guide the Army said at the time was to help soldiers grow in the spiritual domain, a term meant to cover mental and emotional health. In the same way that the Army pushed troops to grow stronger physically, this would help them spiritually. So they just got rid of this shit, right? They're just like tired of the bullshit, tired of the games. We're not playing any of this anymore, whatnot. Okay, who do we got? Hey, dear, follow. Hang on, follow my page. Your support truly means a lot to me. I cook exciting and delicious meals in the heart of nature and share them with you. Come check out my page. I'd be so happy. Absolutely, sure, why not? Let's go take a look at her page, fam. I am going to. All right, I'm gonna look you up right now. But sure. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it, Issachar. Let's find her really quick on Rumble. Let's go to here. Actually, what am I doing? I could just do it like this. Sorry, guys. Big crabs. Where are you cooking stuff at? It looks like you're in the. Are you in like the South Pacific or something? Where are you at? It says Jungle Yum. Hang on, guys. That's a bot? Okay, thanks for the heads up. Appreciate it. All righty. Well, see, I didn't follow. That's why I freaking went and take a look. Because we got to do these things, right? All right, thanks. Make sure just block it out. Do what you can. Let's vamoose that. All right. Let's get back to business here. Huh. um yeah, but the thing, C Dub, about this, the thing with the chaplains in the military as a whole, like I said, they have Protestant chaplains, Catholic. They even have Muslim chap. They have now they have every chaplain in the book, depending on what your denomination is, right? Not even just Christians, right? But overall, the uh, the chaplain was meant for spiritual guidance, not to just be your therapist and whatnot. You know, it's really it's really what they were for. Even going back to, like I said, in the 1990s, when I was in the Marine Corps, I was able to go to Catholic mass with no problem, and and just do the things that we do as Catholics and didn't have to worry. There was a Protestant service as well. um it was after hours. Ours was early in the morning on Sundays, and you know it was like, if you ever watching Saving Private Ryan, okay, what town were they hitting? I forgot what. No, not saving. Not, I'm sorry, not Saving Private Ryan. Band of Brothers. There's a scene with the chaplain, and he's just like, literally, he's giving prayers and stuff. He's a Catholic. He's a Catholic chaplain, and he's literally out there with fire, rounds whizzing by him and stuff like that under fire, and he's just blessing people who had just passed and whatnot, who got killed, blessing soldiers and everything in the middle of it. Like, it's just insane. And these are the things that happen. But that the guidance that our chaplains had in the military was meant for us to, um, what do you call it, it was meant for continued spiritual guidance. Again, that doesn't mean that they weren't there to also help us, with therapeutic type stuff, and to the guidance was also familial stuff and other things that were going on and whatnot. Like, if you needed the chaplain for something, they would help get you, they will help, if something was happening with your family, the chaplains, like, outside of the military. Okay, if you needed to get in touch with your family, like, some, you got a letter or you got a call that someone was hurt in your family, and the chaplains would get involved almost immediately with your unit. And you would go to the battalion chaplain, and they would take care of everything, and help you along the way. So there were things like that that they did. I don't know what it became. I can't say, because, like, I got out around I was done around 2008. It was still very chaplain-y back then, even though the chaplain that was in Iraq with us was, he was non-denominational. He would still say prayers for us and everything. That doesn't even make any sense when you think about it. But again, we had specific chaplains for, whatever denomination of Christianity you were. And then, we went into everything else. Like I said, now you got Muslims, now you got Hindus, you got whatever. It's a chaplain for absolutely everything. But the base of our chaplains, okay, was for Christian soldiers. Right? That was how it was, okay, in our military for a very, very, very long time. Um, it's just, that's how it was, So listen, it is what it is. This is where we're at with that, and I'm just glad that they're gonna, that spiritual whatever shit they had going on. I don't know what that was. He said they had some guy that only mentioned God once, like or twice or some shit like that. Insane, absolutely insane. Oh, in the world of bullshit and craziness, I don't know. Have you guys been paying attention? I know you guys always do on social media and whatnot. Did you guys see that? What do you call it? It looks like ICE agents. They got into. They ended up shooting up a vehicle today in Maryland because people fucking with them. Okay, and we're gonna get on top. We're gonna get on the Supreme Court for. We're gonna get on the Supreme Court because they actually just held up a, a, what do you call it? A ban from Trump using the National Guard to help protect federal agents in Chicago. So that's where we're at right now. But this is the dipshit that beat out that inbred goat fucker in Minneapolis by the skin of his teeth. Okay. So far left Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey says ICE agents may get killed if they continue raids in his city. Right? If that isn't fucking alarm bells, what he's that, he's just let's just, let's push shit in people's minds. Failed Governor Tim Walz and radical Marxist Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and others gathered at the Shiloh Temple this week to defend the illegal aliens in their state living off the largesse of the taxpayers. Walz accused federal agents of political theater when he's right and they're in the press conference with political theater. Everything is political theater. When law enforcement is driven by profiling or intimidation, it undermines all the trust in the community. It makes us less safe and it pulls resources away from doing the real work. What's going on, Chris? We got Chris in the house. Let me finish reading this and then I don't know if you heard some of it. I'm sure you got an opinion on this. Uh, Yeah, and when law enforcement is driven by profiling or intimidation, it undermines all the trust in the community. It makes us less safe and pulls resources away from doing the real work of crime. Governor Tim Walz said, Governor Retard. Minnesota is not going to play along with their strategy. We will not allow our communities to be used as political theater for the personal benefit. Walz added, we'll just continue to embezzle money and fucking rape the Minnesota taxpayer and just give out their money away to the Somalians so they can freaking pay for terrorism in Somalia. Awesome. Far left Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey is under fire for saying ICE agents may die if they continue to conduct immigration raids in the city. So that's where we're at, man. Okay. That's where we're at.
Isn't it interesting? This literally happens the day that the Supreme Court said, no, Chicago, you haven't proven that you're actually here for a really good reason.
Yeah.
And you can't do this thing. And I don't know if you saw the part where I read about this and I was reading
Yeah.
more from Alito's opinion,
Yeah.
where he points out, okay, fine. You just said you have to use the regular military, which I mean, you can't.
You can't do that.
Posse comitatus.
Yeah, that's illegal.
But the Supreme Court's literally saying, the majority is literally saying that's what the avenues you have to exercise first. All right, so you see this happen. All right, send in the tanks. Call it the Insurrection Act. Actually do the thing. Send in the tanks, and we will show them what the military occupation will look
Right.
like.
By the way, while using the National Guard, because they have the tools to do that, they have tanks in the National Guard, they have vehicles in it, they have everything they need in the National Guard to get that done, right? So like,
Right.
it's insane, man. It's absolute insanity. Okay, and the National Guard, we've spoken about this on your show. I've spoken out here. Listen, the National Guard is not running around actually being police officers responding to fucking crime. That is not what's going on with the National Guard, okay? Their
No.
main focus is presence, okay, in the streets, protect federal agents, protect federal buildings, okay? Everything that falls in the purview of what the president is using them for. So, what is going on, Davey Gorb? Good to see you.
Well, it's interesting because people are saying this is the worst thing ever. It's, oh my God, it's so horrible, right? It's an
Yeah.
overreach. But I view it as this is Trump being polite and saying, "Hey, we're just trying to do the right thing, protect our federal officers," and they're literally being told, "No, you need to do the impolite thing and I don't think people understand that.
Yeah, they're not getting that. And the reality is, I don't think Trump is going to do that. I think he'll continue to fight it um, the best he can, because essentially they just kind of put a stay on it. Is that what it is? They need more. They need to prove
So
a little bit more.
Chicago had the first level judges, the district judge, uh, said no, you can't do it. They
Right,
said, "Hey, Supreme Court, you need to address this right away." And the Supreme Court is just basically upholding that the stay can go through until the case actually works its way through the system.
right. So
So
because because they got the emergency kind of view,
yeah,
what the Supreme Court is saying, you still have to go to the appellate court and see what the appellate court says before we take it up.
yeah, none of these cases have truly gone through all the system
Correct.
yet, so we don't know
Yeah.
how they're actually going to rule in when it gets
Yeah.
there. But I don't think this makes it past the appellate courts, to be honest.
Uh, you know, well, I think if the appellate court makes a decision again that goes against the Trump administration, then at that point, then he can take it up again with the Supreme Court. Because that's what it sounds like is what they're doing. It sounds like they're punting yet again.
I just don't think they want to. They don't want to give the impression that the court's bought, right? And I
Yeah,
understand that, but at a certain point, they actually need to step up and say, "Hey, our job is to tell you final answer. This is the law as it's interpreted by the highest court in the land."
right.
Now you can agree with it, you disagree with it all you want, but this is our
And,
determination.
right. And they need to, by doing that, they need to be able to set the precedent so that going forward, there's no precedent is set and case law is, case law really, when you think about it, is never settled because they can always go back because they've done it, right? They did it with abortion and stuff like that and everything. That was actually never settled. That was literally never really settled. Uh,
Well,
but, you know,
abortion was just the weird one because they
yeah,
shoehorned something in that was never meant to be that way, and they
correct.
called it constitutional.
Right. But it wasn't. There was nothing in the Constitution that, yeah, there was nothing, there was no constitutionality at all with abortion. But this, okay, this is the president executing his constitutional powers, all right? And these 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 legislation by bench uh judge advocates is what they are really. They're just like, advocating for fucking whatever special interest group is paying them off or they're tied to. All right, and it's just what it is. These activist judges are ridiculous.
I think the better course of action for Trump, rather than continuing to fight these on a case by case basis, is what he should do is bring it to the Supreme Court at the top level, federal government versus or DOJ versus the federal government, basically, and saying the sanctuary city policies that are creating the situation for why
In the first place, yeah.
we're allowing these ridiculous protests and obstructionary measures to happen. Because remember, this stems all from the governors of those states saying
Yep.
you will not assist federal authorities in the carrying of their duties. So
Yep.
I think we need to actually get the Supreme Court to say your sanctuary city state policies, whatever one you want to attack, are unconstitutional and they got to end.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's a fair point to go ahead and just at this point go attack the sanctuary city or state laws that are in effect in these states, right? And prove the unconstitutionality of these laws, so that way the precedent is set that it is unconstitutional to have any city in the country, in a village, whatever town, to be called and labeled and do anything in any form that would make it a sanctuary city, right?
Yeah.
And then
Because,
on top of that, they need to make it so that while they're fighting that argument, that any states and cities that do this the federal government does not have to give them their law enforcement money that they
right.
give them.
I, 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 I in Nebraska should not have to fund the extra law enforcement that is necessary in Illinois because
Right.
you guys refuse to actually do the job that you're required to do. It takes
Correct.
it takes less and that's crazy. it takes less money for them to call up the ICE agents and say, "Hey, we've got this person who is a illegal immigrant.
It does.
They're about to be released. Come pick
Yeah.
them up."
Or how about this? Before they even release, as soon as they bring them into booking, right? Sometimes it takes a day or two. Obviously, in these some of these states with the sanctuary states, they have these bail list stuff and everything, and you know, in those cases, they'll be back on the street in less than a day. But in most states, they're detainers that are there, right? Like they got these detain, notices on them, okay,
Yeah,
from ICE. All right. Yeah. Just it cost you less in the long run to just pick up the phone and say, hey, we just picked so and so up. There's a detainer on him. You got this much time, okay, to pick him up. There are literally ICE agents and ERO at every single federal freaking building in the nation.
not just that, but it frees up part of your state budget
Yes.
because all these states try to find those creative methods of, okay, well, rather than just release you into the wild at a time when they don't know you're here, so we're gonna feed and house you for a little bit longer than we
Right.
would want to, but trust it, it's in your benefit. Uh, we're freeing up that budget for you. How much money are we saving those states? How much are we saving the federal government just by saying, hey, here's that detainer, get up,
Yeah.
get him gone?
It's true. It is so true. Like, just pick this dude up. Just pick him up. It saves a lot of money. Listen, the administration has been doing a phenomenal job with this, with all the pushback that they're getting from everywhere. Okay, we've all seen the video on social media of these. They're just constantly in it. All right, they're constantly in it, having to mace people, having to detain people, arresting freaking Congress persons and stuff like that for being jackwagons and fucking obstructing justice and everything. So they're under attack, and the Supreme Court's not helping with that. On the flip side of that, I understand the legal logic behind it. It's like it's not that we're not going to make the final decision on this. Okay, it needs to go like everything else goes because of the way our Constitution is set up. The process is meant for you to go a certain way, and you have to do that.
It's that it. Unfortunately, it's that due process that they bitch
Yes,
about, right?
correct. Right? They bitch about due process, and this is actually due process happening. It's frustrating. We get upset when we see these things, but those of us who like read this shit regularly, subconsciously, we know that this is actually, unfortunately, the process of how things are supposed to work. um and it's just a pain in the ass because like we understand also these guys are in the streets, they're being hounded, they're being attacked, they're being doxxed. There's all this stuff is happening. The reason why they're running around with masks on and stuff like that to cover their faces. Some of them are just straight up ballsy and they don't give a shit. They're like, yeah, come out, go ahead and come after me if you want to.
Did, did you
It's like, I
see
dare
in
you.
what was it, Australia? In response to the Bondi Beach shooting, right?
Yeah.
Uh, they're actually saying masks in public, uh, if you're protesting, et cetera, are going to be banned. And I'm like, holy shit!
Really? That's a novel concept.
You're saying that if you're protesting and you're breaking the law, you shouldn't be wearing a mask.
That's that used to be a thing all over. Definitely here in this country, it was a thing. You couldn't wear a mask. You need to be able. People needed to see your face and stuff like
That,
that. And then if you were wearing a mask in the commission of a crime, it was like an added felony.
well, that was
Like,
the wildest thing about COVID, by the way, the COVID
yeah.
era policies,
Oh yeah.
because you'd want to go to the bank. You got to put on the mask. I'm thinking,
Yeah.
"You-
Yeah. It's true.
excuse me,
It's so true. What's up, duct tape? What's going on, brother?
duct
Yeah, it's
tape.
true. Like it was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. With this COVID was like I felt like we were just in another we were just in another dimension with the shit that went on during COVID. You know, that's where many of us got started with all the bullshit that was going on with COVID, and just like we're not standing by anymore. Uh, it's just enough's enough and everything. took different stances on stuff. Many of us lost our jobs, refused to fucking get the Jabba juice, wasn't happening. I walked away from medicine, man. I was on my way to try to become a physician assistant, and one of the big things for me, people might call me stupid, was like I can't be part of the medical tyranny that's going on. I swore an oath that that is still in effect until the day I die. Okay, to protect people, okay, from from enemies foreign and domestic, all right, and that doesn't go away until we die, all right. And I just was like, I couldn't stand by anymore. I was like, I can't be part of this. I'm not going to be part of this. I'm not going to give up my time and my money to take part in a system that is absolutely crippling people, right? And then obviously we've seen everything that's come out of it, right?
Yeah.
All the bells that were going off at the time, and many of us were trying to tell people, and we were called conspiracy theorists and all kinds of other stuff, and turned out, we were right about all of it.
Yeah. And like I got the jab.
Merry Christmas, duct tape.
I got the jab. I was required to by the employer, not because the employer wanted to require it, but because we
Uh-huh.
are a federal contractor.
Right. So
It
you
was
got fucked.
it was mandated by the federal government that even the contractors had to do it. And the
Yep,
the,
I
the
remember that.
shitty part about that, we were all work from home at
Look how
that time.
stupid that is, right? Look how retarded that was, right? What's going on, Raging Gemini? Good to see you. Um, think about how stupid that is. The logic behind that's just it. There was no real scientific logic behind any of the shit that they were doing. Okay, none of it. All right. And what made me upset was like, you know, a lot of people go after the doctors and stuff like that, right? There were plenty of doctors, nurses, okay, that were pushing back on this shit. They all lost their jobs and everything like that. They lost their
Yes.
medical licenses and stuff. They got fucking retaliated against and persecuted and lost everything, many of them.
And that is actually the problem. We did not listen to the people that were doing what they were supposed to. They were looking at the data coming in, and I understand the early statements. Yeah, these are the general
Yeah,
things in an outbreak that we would want you to do, and
correct.
that's just standard. But then as the
Duct
data
tape.
start trickling in,
Yeah. Merry Christmas, brother. Have a fantastic. If I don't see you, I'm pretty sure I will. I'll probably stop by Yankee show for their 24-hour show. I'll definitely stop by for that. But you have a Merry Christmas with your family and your loved ones, brother.
Merry Christmas, duct tape, because it's officially Merry Christmas for him.
Yeah, it's definitely Christmas over there. It's been Christmas over there for a while.
I like 2 or 3 hours, but I mean, still,
Yeah. But go ahead. What were you saying, man? You were talking about like the doctors. They were, as more information was coming in, they were trying to do the right thing.
yeah. Well, as more information was coming in, the decisions that we were being told, the directions we were being given, didn't align with what the information was saying. And these doctors were saying, "Hey, this is not what we would recommend." For
Yeah.
example, as as it got younger and younger, okay, it made sense. The elderly, okay, it's pretty much a good idea that you should probably be getting this vaccine because
Right.
we're seeing it attack the elderly in a way that it wasn't attacking a
Correct.
40-year-old, a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then it
if you
got
were
to the
young and
nonsense.
kids they didn't need it at all, really.
Yeah, it got to the nonsense of kids, and we're like, well, we got to vaccinate the kids.
Yeah.
For what?
Yeah. Yeah, and actually the data at the time was showing that the kids they weren't actually even contracting it. Again, it's not that kids weren't getting it, stuff like that overall, right? But they weren't contracting it at the same rate as adults were. And younger, healthy adults weren't having problems when they were getting it, they weren't having problems with it anyway.
Well, the kids were
So
more or less asymptomatic by and large. I mean, I was a 40-year-old at the time, uh, with autoimmune diseases,
right,
and I delayed going to get a new job at a certain point in time because it was like, well, I have this autoimmune disease. I have uh, a prescription for a drug that actually reduces my immune system functionality.
right,
I'm taking precautions that are necessary for me. I'm listening to my doctor. And when the vaccine came out, that's ultimately what led me to get it. It's like, okay,
Right.
get the vaccine. I can get back on my actual prescription for my autoimmune disease. And it made sense. But to this day, I cannot tell you definitively if I have actually had COVID or not
Right.
because I've been sick like twice total. And neither of the times that I've been sick was it anywhere concerning,
I
like,
finally got COVID in May of last year. After all being around it in the hospital and all that other stuff, where I've never once, I finally got it in
4.5
2024.
years.
Don't even know how the fuck I got it. Okay. And it took me out for a short period of time. Uh,
Well, I
no
mean,
lasting effect, no long lasting effects, no long COVID shit like that. But everybody I know who has been vaccinated has been hit with COVID more than once.
well, that's really the funny thing because I mean, we used to actually understand herd mentality or herd immunity, right?
Immunity. Well,
You're older than
it's
me.
not that we stopped understanding that. We just disregarded it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're older than I am.
Yeah.
Do you remember the chickenpox parties?
Bro, and the measles parties, man. If one person got it in the neighborhood, everybody got it.
Eh, Suddenly, that was the most popular place to be. Every
Yeah.
parent brought their kid over.
Yeah. It's like, oh, your son's got okay. And they make a party out of it and everybody's getting sick.
Yeah, it's better that way because you're all sick at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Doctors and hospitals can actually, provide the care that is necessary to the group all at once, basically, and
Yeah.
then you're past it. You don't ever have to worry about it again.
Right. Listen, again, it's not that people didn't die. It's not that it didn't take people out. It did. Okay. I witnessed it in the hospitals and stuff like that. I saw it. Everybody had to do rotations in and out of the intensive unit, care unit, stuff like that. And there were bodies in the beginning going out, but again, many of those bodies they weren't the young. All right, and it's not that young people didn't get it and die because that happened too. All right, it's a very small percentage, but that happened too. Okay. It was mainly people who, like you said, had autoimmune comorbidities. A lot of them in the beginning. Anybody who had any kind of issues, it took people out. And again, the Chinese still have not paid for dropping this fucking biological bomb, okay, on the world. All right, they still haven't paid for it.
Of course they haven't. They're not going to. It was a plan. Remember, all the global elite, they also support eugenics. This
Yes,
was
that
the
is true.
greatest plan ever for them.
It was a test run, man. You got shingles in your 30s? Oh, I bet that sucked. My understand. I had a friend who had shingles in their 30s too, and it was very painful. Yeah. I know recently they were like in recent years they were trying. I'm glad you got it and you got it done with already. Um yeah, I know they were trying to well, in recent years, I want to say about 5, 6 years ago, they were trying to get people, maybe 10, they were trying to get people to kind of get a chicken pox again, an update because of shingles. And
Yeah.
I was like, guys, I was in the military. I had smallpox before I went to Iraq. I had a whole bunch of shit jabbed in me. Trust me, I'm not catching shit. I was like, what they put in me probably doesn't even belong in me. Okay, I'm not catching shit. Don't worry about it. I'll be good. I don't need it.
And
Uh,
I gotta say, I am glad I am where I am when this whole thing came out because it was so they announced it end of January, beginning of February timeframe, right?
yeah,
And then they did the 3 week, 2 weeks slow to spread stuff where they started
yeah,
sheltering in place in early March, I believe it was. It was July of that year before Nebraska in general, and more specifically, my city, um, it was July before we saw double digit deaths.
yeah.
So, I mean, it didn't get here right away.
Right.
Um, the hysteria around it wasn't that crazy. I mean, oh, everyone needs to wear a
Well,
mask. Most
well,
stores didn't give a
the red
shit.
states in general did ultimately pretty good, right? Like their initial numbers, their beginning numbers, right? Like everybody, it was like every
Yeah,
state. They would every when it hit them hard, just like it hit every state. So it wasn't. But then, because
but
they
it
weren't
equalized.
forcing people to do things, herd immunity moved a lot faster. Okay, in the red states, right? And people still lived a free life. They still did. They didn't have to worry about with a mask and all that other shit. Um, And in the states that locked everybody down, that's where the most fucking deaths and everything happened.
Go figure.
Yeah, right. Like just keeping people forced to be around each other and giving shit back and forth to one another. Right. That's great.
Locking people in their homes and creating a petri dish.
Yeah,
That's the
that's
American way.
exactly what they did. Yeah, that's what they did. There's again the everything was absolutely out of control. Just the fear. Do you remember, Chris? I know you have to remember this. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, a lot of people don't remember this, and if you're in the chat, maybe you guys remember this when the COVID numbers were really coming out in 2020. Okay, in the beginning, right? I don't know if you guys remember on the screen they would have infections, deaths, and recoveries. Do you remember that?
I do.
Do you remember how fast the recoveries were going? Those numbers were going up, and then
Yeah.
at some point, they all got the message to take it by the Biden administration. Okay, actually before that, really, it was honestly it happened because Trump was still president at 2020. Okay, someone along the way started, they were like, no, you got to take those numbers down,
Yeah.
and it took
You
everyone,
can't show
including
people
Fox News,
recovering.
everybody took those numbers down.
You can't. I mean, it was a determination, whether it was a closed door meeting or a directive from somewhere, overseas. It was you can't show that there's people recovering because we're still saying that this is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, since the plague. It's like the bubonic plague fucking times 10 when it really wasn't. Okay. And again, the vaccine to me wasn't a vaccine, it was a therapeutic because it didn't stop anything, it didn't stop transmission. People were still getting it, you could still get it.
The,
And it was a
the more
therapeutic. Some people fucking got it really bad when they still got it really bad when they got it, and other people were okay.
the
Uh
more, I mean, the data suggested the more vaccines you got, the easier it was to actually catch it.
Correct. The more you kept jabbing yourself with it, with the boosters, that was, I mean, that data was actually showing that. Now the reality is, we don't know. It takes about 10 to 15 years before we actually start seeing, any kind of either side effects or whatever. And that's with any vaccine that and again, the way the government handled it is now why a lot of people like fuck that, I'm not getting shit anymore, not even just COVID, I'm not getting anything. Okay, because they're like, because we saw with our own eyes in real time what was happening with with COVID, and it was like, yeah, this shit ain't right. Okay, and
Right.
we're watching people still getting sick. We were watching people who would, my co-host Scott. Okay, he his I want to say, I think it was his aunt got the jab, and like a week or two later she was gone.
I mean,
Girl dad's brother. His
yeah.
girl dad's brother's girlfriend made him get it, and shortly after that, he was gone.
The whole scenario, the message from the government was, don't trust your physician, trust
Yeah,
us. And we should always be saying, trust your physician. This is a two-way street, mind you. I should be going to my doctor and saying, "Hey, does this make sense? You know my entire health profile. Does this make sense?"
correct. And that's the way it should be. Correct. And whatever. Just listen. I don't dissuade anybody from anything. I'm not going to do that. This isn't medical advice, family, just for YouTube and Rumble. We're not giving any medical advice here. I am still of the mindset I believe in medical freedom. I believe people should make whatever decision they feel is best for themselves for their health care, okay, and their health. Not what's coming out of my mouth, not what I do, because what I'm going to do is going to be way different based on my health that you're going to do with yours. So nobody here is dissuading you from anything. Okay, we're just telling you what the facts were at the time and what they are now. You could still, again, like what Chris was saying, talk with your physicians, your nurse practitioner, whatever, your physician assistant, whoever it is that you're seeing. Okay, um, to make a decision for yourself, and you have to make a decision. But the only thing I ask is get all the information before you do it, not just from us. Do your research on your own. Don't take it from us. Okay, you have to do your own research. Okay, and the reality is like what we were saying earlier in this discussion, there were plenty of medical practitioners on every level. Okay, from the highest to mid level to lower level, that were against all of this, and scientifically they were correct. All right, and they were bringing it from a scientific standpoint. It had nothing to do with religious, nothing, anything like that. About that religious exemption thing's a whole other thing that was really, really abused um, against us for
I
religious. You know, if you
I
wanted a
like.
religious, you had to. It literally took an act of God to get a religious exemption.
I mean, I really liked how some of the providers were actually identifying the therapeutics, as it were, the other
Yeah,
remedies, because they're
yeah,
like, rather than listening to all the noise, uh, they just treated it as this patient came in. Here are the symptoms, and here's how we would normally treat this symptom set.
right.
And that's when things like ivermectin, and other therapies
Hydroxychloroquine.
start. Yeah, hydroxychloroquine.
That was the
That's
first
when
one.
those started popping up. Is, hey, we're seeing very good success with this
Yeah.
because we're treating this symptom set.
See, that's the thing with medicine, right? Meds in general, okay, not medicine as a whole, but medications in general. How many times? And I know you're aware of this, Chris. How many times did they find out later on that it actually works for something else?
Oh,
Right?
all
They'll
the
have
time.
like a basic. They'll have a basic freaking medication, uh not necessarily antibiotic, but they have something that works for one thing, and then fucking years down the line they realize, wow, and it's from actual information that they're getting. Well, this person was on this for this, and then but they also had this condition and it cleared it up. You know what I'm saying? You
My,
find out that it works for
my,
something else, and that was what the deal was with hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. It was working.
my absolute favorite is everyone's favorite little blue pill. You know, and this was before they even made it out of clinical
Oh,
studies.
Viagra.
Yeah, Viagra is a heart medication. That's what
Yeah,
it was
it is.
developed for.
That's what it was meant for. Yeah.
And they just happened to notice in the clinical trials that
LCD.
they had a very different. I mean, it still worked for the heart uh,
Yeah,
problems, but it also had a very different usage that was far more profitable to the company.
correct. Help to keep your yang up. You just hit something, right? You hit something perfect, right? It would have been there was no profit in using hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin to treat people, none whatsoever,
There's
right?
no
Because
profit
it's
in the
like
development cost. That
okay,
was the
none.
problem.
Yeah, right. Because there's no exactly. That's where all the money was in development. Okay, that's where they were making money. They were just it was tax dollars going into their coffers. Okay, for them to do research. Okay,
Yeah.
on shit that wasn't even really effective. Okay, for the most part. Was it effective for some? Absolutely. We can't say that it wasn't, right? Like there's no denial for some, but the reality is the ultimate fucking numbers on things we're not going to get for like another 10, 15 years to
Well,
see if it was really, 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 truly effective. I think in the initial for some, it probably was.
I mean, the funniest part is the ultra wealthy got what the treatment that Donald Trump got, right? When he got COVID,
Yeah. What, when
it
did he
was
get that?
it was some cocktail. I
Remdesivir or
can't remember.
whatever.
Yeah, it was some cocktail. I can't remember what it was, but that's what all the very ultra wealthy people were getting from the beginning.
Yeah. Oh,
So it's like
100%.
the, they didn't put their lives in the hands of some idiot Dr. Fauci. They went to
Yeah.
real doctors and they said,
Correct.
let's figure out this super cocktail that we know is going to just blast your immune system
Yep.
into good health.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
yeah, that whole
monoclonal,
fucking fiasco,
mono,
man.
monoclonal antibodies.
Yeah, monoclonal antibodies. They're used for a whole bunch of things, by the way.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
weird.
remdesivir, I think that was one of them.
Oh, remdesivir. That was one of those that they developed, and
Yeah.
the clinical data on that one scared me more than the untested off-label use of hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah, I don't blame
You
you.
know,
Yeah. Yeah, it's just
in fact, I would have trusted the actual farm horse pharmaceutical uh, uh, uh,
the
base
actual yeah for
more than
horses,
remdesivir.
ivermectin for horses, not ivermectin. Can you remember how stupid that was?
Yep.
Oh, he's taking horse meds when ivermectin has been used for humans forever. You know what I'm saying? It's like, really,
But
you guys don't
both
know
of the
that
both of those that they found were good off-label uses have been heavily endorsed and prescribed for 50 years.
yeah. for shit.
Okay.
I know. What's going on, Nina? Good to see you, honey. Uh,
Hi, Nina.
yeah, it's just amazing. Again, like not medical advice, fam. We're just trying to tell you that just do your due diligence and do your research on your own. Don't take it from us. Go do your own. Go do your own. Go get your own information. It's out there. There's plenty of information for you when it comes to your healthcare. And if you don't feel right with a practitioner, no matter what level it is, find a new one. I know it's easier said than done because in some cases there's like the only practitioner you have in your area and you're stuck. Um, but do your best to try to find somebody who's a practitioner that wants to actually heal you, okay, and not just medicate you. And they exist. I know it's hard to believe because of all the nonsense that went on. There's a lot of them that actually exist. My I always talk about my younger brother who's like the best practitioner I know, okay, and his end stop is I give people the information based on what I'm seeing, right? And the information I'm being given and what I see on a daily basis as a internist in a hospital, right?
Yes.
And that's what I go by. But as soon as one of my patients says I'm not going to do that, that's it for him. He's like, "Okay, I've given you the information. I've given you all the information. Once you tell me, okay, or the family, whoever the representative is like, no, we're not doing that, then that's what it is. Then I will do. Then he says, I got to come up with another plan to help mitigate things and make people feel better.
It's just gotten so much to the point where we have a drug for everything. Problem
Yeah,
is,
we do.
not all the drugs seem to work together. So
Nope.
now I need this other drug to counteract the effects that these two drugs now created, which then requires a third one to count.
Well,
Get
think
back
about
to
it.
basics.
Well, right. Think about it, Chris. Okay. Think about it from a chemical fucking composition standpoint. Not all chemicals go together. Okay.
No,
All right. When guys, when
not
you
all
were in
chemicals play
chemistry,
nicely.
yeah, when you were in chemistry in high school, and those of you who took chemistry later on in college and whatnot, when you guys were doing experiments, there were deliberate experiments to show you that some chemicals don't go together. So like that, I feel that way with medicine. Okay, I feel like it's the same way with medicine. There's contraindications for just about everything. That's just the way it is. You know, I will stand freaking on the fact that when we're not doing chemical compounds and we're getting medicine from nature as we did for centuries, okay, and millennia, all right. We've been right, like we've been doing that
Right.
forever. It's still to this day we still do that. There are still plants we use for medicinal purposes, but I think we survived for a very long time on plants. Okay, help with herbs and shit. I think there's just we need to get back to that.
There are so many remedies in the rainforest that we don't even know about for
Yeah,
things that have just been plaguing us for centuries.
I believe that
But
100%.
if we actually went there and we studied it and we understood them in a way that I'm gonna say this and you're gonna hate me for it, the way that ancient Chinese used to understand them,
Yeah,
we'd be
no,
far better
look,
off.
Eastern medicine is a thing. Okay, there are plenty of people who live by it, and there are plenty of people who do fine. There are also other people that don't do fine with it. Okay, I think everybody's body is different. Not everybody's gonna
No,
react to shit the same. So like it just like what works for me might not necessarily work for you. That's just the reality of medicine.
right. You're a bigger guy. I'm a bigger guy. Uh,
Yeah,
most prescribed dosage, especially in your over the counter stuff, most prescribed dosages
it's not
are not
enough.
enough to benefit you or I.
Not even remotely.
I mean, you should always look at that. I use Nyquil as the example. It says two capfuls, or it
Yeah,
says one capful before going to bed. I always
yeah,
double up, and guess what? By morning, I'm feeling great.
right,
I'm not groggy. I'm not feeling ill effects from that because I know that when you're making an OTC product, it has to be safe and effective. This is
correct.
what this is why they always have that 12-year-old limit there.
Yeah,
It has to be
yep,
safe and effective for the 12-year-old 78-pound girl, as well as effective for the 350-pound, 8-foot tall dude.
Right. Yeah, it's why it's why they have, like you said, on the labels. They literally have it on the labels, okay, with ages and stuff like that and everything. And it's meant, and not only that, the standards have to be different for OTC. And the reason that is, okay, is because if you make it strong enough, then it becomes an actual medication that
Oh,
like you would have to prescribe. It has become prescribed, so they don't want that,
I
right?
used to
Where's the
make the
profit in that? It would take the profit away from Pfizer and everybody else if like you know what I'm saying?
well, pharmaceutical pharmaceutical companies do not create cures; they create
Not at
control.
all. They haven't made a cure ever. Has anybody known the history of pharmaceuticals? Have they actually made a cure?
Oh, maybe the earliest incarnations of the people that started these pharmaceutical companies,
That's
which,
fair.
by the way, most of them have actually been around for hundreds of years at this point.
Yes, they have.
But the original pharmacologists that started making these compounds because they were trying to treat something,
Yeah. They
probably
they literally made them in a shop and you came to get them in
yeah,
powders and stuff like that and everything.
those people probably intended to, while it bad for their business, so to speak, because they can't just keep profiting off you. They actually wanted
Yeah.
to cure you, because if
Yeah.
they cured you, all your neighbors were going to know about that, and they were going to
Yep.
come buy their
It was
herbal
business.
remedy.
It was genuine business. They're like, this is how I gotta make money, okay, off of this and everything like that. And not only that, I'm taking care of people. All right, because the business wasn't just because it was you had a pharmacist, okay, but the business was also between the pharmacist and the doc and whoever the town doctor was.
Yep.
Okay, they had to work together or in order to, you know, the doctor was saying this is what we're seeing, this is what we're, and then the pharmacist literally knew, okay, what he had to put together based on the knowledge at the time of this works for this works for that. Okay, wait a minute, maybe I have to combine these two, you know, in lower doses and stuff like that so that it works. Isn't it just amazing how that worked, right? Instead of now, it's just let's just fucking grab a whole bunch of compounds, let's throw them together, and then just fucking throw it on the wall, see if it sticks.
Holy shit, that painkiller just knocked out an elephant.
Yeah, yes, yeah. We just did things so much differently. Once the profit came to keep people sick, that was the end. It was the end of it. And not only that, I'll be to be honest, quite frankly, and I know a lot of people probably have good plans. Most don't right now because they're paying out the wazoo. Uh, when the relationship between doctors and their patients went away and they all became essentially insurance determines absolutely how you get taken care of and now how the doctor can take care of you, all right. That was the end of that private relationship went away,
Yeah.
you know. Once that
Now,
private relationship went away, it was a wrap.
now you're lucky if your doctor remembers your name from the time they grabbed your
Yeah,
file to the time they sat
bro,
down.
they literally see you for again, and this is a product of how healthcare has become. If you get them for 15 minutes, you're lucky, right? Like you get them because if you're not there for something serious, they're in and out like really quick, and they're on to the next one,
Well,
right?
that's
Because
the
they have.
craziest. It's the craziest business model in the world, by the way.
I know, it's
Okay,
insane.
if you know that what they charge like 350 an hour or for the hour. So you
Yeah,
pay for the full hour. You see them for 5 minutes, and they've got
but you're
10
paying.
other people in that hour scheduled.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy, man. Yeah, like they're literally averaging about four. The average is about 4 to 5 patients in an hour because they're you know they're just splitting up that time. But you're paying, your insurance is paying out that hour for your 15 minutes,
Yep.
and they can bill for it. You know, it's but again, it's set up the way it's set up now is that they have to do more, okay, in order to get more. And it's sad. It has for the most part stopped being about actual healthcare, and it's just business. That's it. Obviously, like I said, there are plenty of doctors. It doesn't seem like it, believe it or not. There are still very good doctors out there, okay, that genuinely want to take care of their patients. That didn't they signed up to just do that, to save as many lives as they can or help as many people as they can. They do exist. It's just you see what we all see in the media with the bullshit with COVID, and COVID has completely wrecked the relationships between doctors and patients now at this point.
Yep.
Davey, you have problem? Davey, that Rogue Nina and Davey have talking about pain issues and like Nina, for instance. Nina, is it okay if I tell your story a little bit, just not in full
Just cut it off.
detail?
You don't need
Um,
it.
well, she's been going through for stuff for a very long time. Okay, we'll just pain related. We'll just keep it like that. And she's finally, after all of this time, we're talking about decades. Okay, has found a doctor that is genuinely trying to help her. Everybody else was just let throw a band-aid on it, throw a band-aid on it, throw a band-aid, and she's suffered with that. You know, we're paying for a very long time, and she's finally got somebody. Uh, yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's the providers. I think it's set up. I mean, it's a fair point, Kush. But I think the way the business model is set up, that it's the providers are kind of forced to fucking run you through a mill.
The
Not
providers
that
are
there aren't
for
some of them, not that there aren't ones that will actually do that because that's what they care about. They just want to run you through a mill to make money, and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, there are plenty of doctors, and the insurance companies don't help.
the providers are forced to work with the insurance companies in this weird symbiotic relationship because the government has required us to have insurance. So
Yes,
now they have to work with the insurance companies, otherwise they don't get paid. Because why
correct.
would you pay for insurance and pay for the doctor in full? It doesn't make
Right.
sense.
It used to
Um,
but do you remember? Well, even back when we were younger, it was okay. It was still insurance was a thing. It's been kind of been around for a while, even before we were born. Um, what do you call it? It just it still at that point it was still a transactional thing between your doctor and you, okay, and it was private. And if you could even pay it off, like you didn't have to pay it in full at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you could pay things off and everything, and you may have accrued debt as time went on depending on how sick you were. Okay, but if you were the average person who's not really sick all the time, although our health in this nation has gone like off the deep end, mainly because between all the lack of cures and big ag and big food, okay, making the disease, all right, and the shit that we put in our system, and the other ones just to mitigate it. Uh, but they used to just be it was an actual business transaction that worked. You can literally, if you had whoever your neighborhood doctor was, everybody's kids went to, right? Whoever the neighborhood pediatrician was and stuff like that. And in a lot of cases, as a pediatrician, some of those patients became they was taking care of adults as well. Um, it's I just think that I think the system, Kush, going back to what you were saying, all right, I think the system is just not it's not set up correctly for providers to go back to that private relationship. Are there providers? I disagree with it. Okay. Do you agree with that statement, Chris?
Insurance says
I pulled it
admittedly,
up.
providers have more bargaining power over costs than insurers. The providers mark up prices because of the government subsidy. Yes and no.
Yeah.
A lot of what happens currently is your so doctors have to be a part of a PMO group, a PPO group, whatever. They have to
Whatever
do
it
that
is. Yeah.
for their billing purposes. Uh, those groups then negotiate with the insurance companies directly and say, okay, we're going to be part of your network and we agree to charge X amount of dollars for this service. For example, let's say a broken arm. Okay. That should have a very specific cost associated with it. You set the bone, put a cast on,
Yep.
$500, whatever.
Probably
It
not even.
used
It probably wouldn't even today's day and age really should cost that much. But yeah.
it used to be that was controlled by the provider pretty consistently. Now that's a
Yeah.
negotiated rate because of insurance, and then they have outside of their actual insurance network they're a part of, but now they have to carry certain liability insurances by law, uh, and that's obviously going to drive the costs up. But did you know there are a number of procedures today that you can go and get, and if you don't have insurance, it will cost you a quarter of what they would bill your insurance company if
Oh
you
yeah.
had one.
I actually saw a video on that. Someone actually calling. I saw a doctor actually calling to show people on social media. They were calling and they were acting like they weren't. They were acting like what was it they were doing? They were just she might have been a nurse, okay, just to get the cost. And they had the person on the other line on freaking speaker, so you could hear that it was like, oh well, we charge the insurance this, but if they don't have insurance, we charge this, right? So like they, so it's fair to what Kush is saying, right? Okay, but again, it goes to what you were saying, that there's a negotiated rate that the insurance is willing to pay, and that is what that they negotiate with the doctors.
It's
Um,
no different than say the rack rate on a uh, car repair.
right,
The book says this is going to take 12 hours. Now, the the mechanics out in the world will look at the book and say that does not take 12 hours. That takes 15
right.
minutes because you just do this, 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 and this instead, and you can get easy access to that part and just be done with it. They're still going to charge you the 12 hours, even though they're going to have it done in 3.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, they're going to charge you for the 12 hours. I was getting to that, by the way. The subsidies don't help. The government subsidies don't help. Um, and you're absolutely correct. There is no competition. Um, especially since Obamacare, that took the competition completely away. Like you can't go across state lines to get something that a better plan that might be,
Well,
better in one state, and because each state, okay, people forget it's not just the federal government, the state government is involved too. Okay.
it,
And the state government has rules for insurance companies as well. Right. So like you're getting the double whammy on on insurance and
wi-
stuff like that. But I'm here to tell you, because I've met and I've dealt with a lot of providers that give a fuck. Okay. And they find ways, creative ways, okay, to get their patients the actual care that they need, because there's a what do you call it, there's a set protocol that they're supposed to go based on the insurance company. They know what the insurance company is going to pay for and what they're not, right off the bat. So like the insurance companies make them jump through hoops, okay, a lot of them, in order to get to the place that they wanted to get. They want to go from A to B. They make them go from A to F first and then work backwards sometimes.
you know what the craziest thing is? You brought up Obamacare, and this is my biggest soapbox ever. We're seeing these subsidies not pass through Congress, which is a good thing. We shouldn't be paying those extra subsidies anyway, because they've been masking the cost of healthcare for a very long time now.
Right.
If you look at it from a high level and compare Obamacare and what it does to, say, the federal student loan program, you will see an amazing overlap of how the whole system works. And once you see it, you can't unsee it, and you start to understand it was designed to fail in this exact way.
Yeah. No, yeah. Um, no, but actually we're talking about both here, Kush. Trust me, we haven't just saying that I mentioned earlier on that there are providers that don't give a fuck. That is a true statement. Okay, and all they want to do is just make money. Um, that is a true statement. But the reality is the system right now is not set up for the private relationship that we used to have with our doctors. And I know I'm old enough to remember that, okay, is gone. And a big part of that is the insurance companies, the government subsidies, the rules and regulations by states. Okay, so you got federal subsidies going to these companies. The states make the insurance companies do freaking ridiculous things as well, right? Like they mandate. So to be fair to the insurance companies and to what Kush Genie is saying, okay, some of the rules and regulations apply to insurance companies are ridiculous too, right? It's like that if you a certain state will be a state like New York or California will be like you are required to cover this, and this, right? When they know, and the insurance on the flip side, the insurance company's like, well, that's just going to be like astronomical the cost. Why would we cover that? So
Yeah,
then they don't do business in that state and they move
or
on to somewhere else. Look what
or
happened during the fires.
you have to
Look what
live
happened
in
during the
these
recent
areas.
fires. Say again?
It's like this is going to be a crazy cost, so you're going to have to give a little in these areas instead,
Right.
and allow us to get away with the tomfoolery that we want to get away with.
Yeah. So, uh, yeah, I just respectfully disagree that the providers are the ones running the cost right now, being able to negotiate that. I just disagree with that. Maybe in some cases, I'm sure you're correct on in some cases they have the power to do that, but I think the way the overall system is set up right now, and it's valid. Your point is absolutely correct. Okay, I think it's a valid point. With the subsidies and stuff like that, and this is what I'm saying. I'm gonna give a little bit. I'm gonna give a little bit back to the insurance companies that because of the rules, not just the subsidies, all right, that the federal government is doing, but the rules by the states that require that these insurance companies have to, and they mandate that they have to, what do you call it, cover certain things.
Yep.
All right, blows the cost out of the water too for people, and then you get into the situation where you're not getting what do you call it, you're not getting the what you need out of your insurance. I
I
agree.
I just want to walk into a doctor's
We're we're,
office.
s- we're kind of saying the same thing, Kush.
I want to be able to walk into a doctor's office and have it kind of like a fast food restaurant, if you will. You walk in, walk up to the counter, and they got this whole menu of services they provide, and here's the price of everything that they do. Because I
Yeah,
want to be able to take a picture of
that
that,
would be
go
nice,
across,
right?
go
To
across
be
town
like a
to another
menu.
doctor, and say, okay, let's compare your list versus their
Yeah.
list and see where the
Here,
prices differ.
I snapped a picture of what they're charging. What are you charging? Can you do better?
Yeah,
Um,
give me a better rate.
yeah. So I get what you're saying, Kush. Honestly, I don't disagree with you completely. I think that is very fair what you just said. About insurance companies. Why would they want to pay more? And that was what the statement I was just making. Okay, was that on the flip side of that? All right, the insurance companies got their backs up against the wall too, and it comes from, it's mainly states that fuck it all up. All right, it's mainly the states that absolutely mess it up. That's good. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I agree with you. I don't, at a bit. Well, what I think what he meant by a better rate is not to get shitty service, just to negotiate rates. You used to be able to do that,
Well, I mean,
and now you can't. But you're right. If I'm going to pay higher, I definitely want a better burger. I want Angus.
well, I
I
mean,
want Angus.
I can understand one doctor on one side of town, one doctor on the other side of town saying this is how I value my services, and give me a rating system. If this guy is consistently rated 5 stars, he can charge a premium, and I'm okay with that because I
Right.
want the best service possible. I will pay for the best service possible. You know,
Agreed. Me
let
too.
let market competition actually matter again.
No, and I think that's what Kush was saying too. That there's just one of the things that Kush said was there's no competition there because of all of the other things that we're talking about, and Kush is completely correct on that. There is no. It's meant to not have competition, especially the once Obamacare went into effect. That just wiped out any. Again, I should be able to find a plan that is best suited for me. I shouldn't be mandated to have A, B, and C. I should be able to get if freaking F and G and H are better than those three, and I don't need A, B, and C. I should be able to do that. So
I
you're right. I think we're all kind of in agreement with a lot of the stuff, and I think Kush, there are providers out there that honestly don't give a shit, and all they want to do is make money, and they know they're gonna make a shit ton of money. The medical groups as a whole, um, you know, we see it all the time, right? We see they're getting bought, like these big groups are buying up smaller groups, and then that just takes competition away as well. Uh, so yeah, I kind of think we're still on
I
the same page.
I,
Uh,
I think Down's got it all figured out. He's just chosen to spend $1,900 a month on thongs for the last 18 years.
man, Panda Mo,
He
what is going on?
he
Balls,
he,
I
he
love
heard
it.
he heard the thong song, and he's like, "Yeah, I agree with this. We need more thongs." And he decided that was going to be his personal sponsor.
Right.
You know,
Oh, we got 24 of you Patriots hanging out with us tonight. This is, if you're just tuning in, we've got about a half hour left. Oh, wow. Wow. Manda
5
Mo with
gifted
5
subs.
gifted subscriptions. Thank you so much. Absolutely, absolutely appreciate that. Unfortunately, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Manda. God bless. Merry Christmas, fam.
They got me.
Yeah, Kush, that's fair. Well, that's fair. That is fair. No, you're not derailing anything. Don't worry about it.
Rail.
Uh, you're not derailing anything. It's a great conversation we're having. I think you're right. I think there should be competition between providers, and I think that's where the rate system can come into with some good competition with what Chris was talking about. Manda, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the subscriptions. Absolutely appreciate you. Um, hope you have a fantastic and Merry Christmas with your loved ones and your family. It was pretty awesome of you. Thank you. That was just really good. This is our last Warrior Wednesday of the year. I will be back next year once this show is up. Uh, I will be gaming though, probably next week. Probably Tuesday and Thursday I'll game, and then Sunday. But the gaming, just so you guys who come, because Raging Gemini hangs with me, Down hangs with me for gaming and whatnot. For other people lurk in the background. Uh, I'm going to do them premiums the first and second Tuesday of the month. That way, get that over with. That way, my Thursday. Oh, Kush.
Damn.
Oh, come on, man. Holy shit, Kush. Thank you so much. Absolutely appreciate it. You know, you get this is what you get. You get some falling hearts. Some love. You got to get some love for that. Absolutely appreciate it. Thank you too, man. That you get the love too. And we'll and maybe some balloons. You guys rock. You guys absolutely rock. I absolutely appreciate it.
You know, I find it funny. Those balloons, they all pass behind, our camera frames, but they'll go over the chat frame.
Well, you know what it is? It's yeah, I know it's insane. It's silly. I think it's probably also the setup in the scene. I probably got to change it up a little bit and fix it. It's probably just in the wrong place. Uh, on my layers, yeah, it's in the wrong place. That's why. Hang on 1 second. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna try this one more time with the layer. I moved it. Let's see if this works. Yeah, Chris, you brought up a valid point here. No, it's still behind. There it goes.
It's the weirdest thing. It,
Yeah,
it, it
yeah,
will, it will, and I wouldn't mind if some were in front and some were in behind,
yeah.
but it's very consistently behind the cameras, but
I know
over the
that's
chat.
weird, right? Like you should. I want it in front of the cameras so that way everybody could see it, and everything like that. I mean, you can still see it, but still. Absolutely appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the love, for the little Christmas stuff and everything. Cass, we got a half hour going here. Who you think we should raid? Give us some feedback on that. If you're just joining us, Chris, the Quiet Part Pod, make sure you guys are absolutely following him too. He jumped on for the last Warrior Wednesday to just kind of hang and take out the year with me. So I appreciate you, Chris, for doing that, brother. I know you got your own shows and whatnot and everything like that. So just coming to hang with me is appreciative, man.
I don't mind coming and hanging with other people because I don't have to do any prep
Because you
work
don't have
to
to
come
do
on your
shit.
shows. For mine, I put in all the prep work and I have to
Yeah,
set this up, do this, do that. It's exhausting. But
it
coming on
is.
someone else's show, I
It's
get
the
to have
best.
fun. I get to hang out.
That's the best. You don't have to worry about anything. You just get to drink, eat, do whatever the hell it is that you want. Uh, Handy's okay. Handy's live, going late. Okay, I'll rate Handy News. I haven't rated them in a while, so when we're done here in about 26 minutes, we will raid them. Fam, what do you guys got going for Christmas, right? Like Christmas is tomorrow. Hopefully if you're traveling tomorrow, please have a safe trip. If you're driving like I am, please make sure you do what you got to do. Uh No, it's okay, down. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's all good, bro.
You know,
Uh
I,
no,
I
no. I advertised it on Monday that I would be actually I had last week that I would be doing one more Warrior Wednesday because I wasn't driving until Christmas Day. I wasn't traveling. I'm not traveling until tomorrow. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna get that one more show in. So don't worry about it, man.
how awesome are the fans of these shows that we do?
I
And
know.
this is a genuine statement. How awesome is it of the fans that they come in and listen to what we have to say, put up with the sometimes dumb shit we have to say,
Yeah.
and they're apologetic for not being here at the exact start of the show.
Right.
How awesome is that? It's like
I know, man. I just like that.
we
That
love you
that.
guys so much.
I know. We absolutely do, guys. You guys don't understand how important you are to our shows. Okay, you guys keep us going. You keep the chat going. You have great conversations with us. But well, like Chris is saying, most of all, the fact that you know, if you're late, for us, you're never late. You're just here. You know,
You showed up.
yeah, it's like it's just we love the fact that you just came to hang with us. That's what that to us is what's up. You know, we do. We love our Rumble fam. I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. What is going on, Simple Gaming? Simple Davy is in the house.
Simple Davy.
What's going on, brother? We got to get you on the show next year, man. We definitely got to bring you on. I think you'll have a good time with us.
You might
Simple
have to dumb
Davy,
down the
you
content
guys.
a little bit for him, though.
What's that?
You're gonna have to dumb down the content a little bit for him. He is a simple
He's
man,
got to.
after all.
Yeah, well, we're all kind of mildly retarded anyway, so he's definitely deaf down. That's great. That's awesome. But honestly, fam, you guys have been remarkable for us. It has been a remarkable year with all of you tuning in and day out when you guys come to see us. And we've been kind of spreading out. Chris has been on here a couple of times now. I've been on his show. We go on B&B. We've been on Third Railify. Uh, you know, and that's how our family continues to grow is by we just continue to just be there.
And I just tell anyone, it's like, look, I want to have everybody on, and I want to go on everybody's show
Yeah,
because, again, one, I like going on other people's shows because it's so easy.
I know. It's always better to just hang and talk, right? You don't have to
Yeah,
worry about producing shit.
but I like to have the other voices come on my show because otherwise it's just me bitching about something, and there's no real context or perspective
Yeah,
from
it
other
it
people.
helps, man.
That
It absolutely
conversation
helps, Chris. It
is
helps
so much
considerably.
better.
Yeah. It is, it is like, look, we got 25 Patriots hanging with us tonight on a Christmas Eve when, they could be chilling with their family. You know, guys, hit those likes. Let's get them going. It's just like we're at 16 right now. We got 26 of you Patriots. Um,
Hey,
you
let's
know,
actually put this to a vote in the chat, guys. If I were to go live tomorrow and do a stream when I get back from doing the things I'm going to be doing, one in the chat, if you would come tune into that, two in the chat say, you go, fuck you, take your Christmas off, man. That's going to be
Davy
my
Gorb
decider.
with this gifted subscription. Davy. Davy, thank you so much, brother. Absolutely appreciate it. All right, man. We see now we're gonna give you the magic twinkle. Thank you so much.
Sprinkler.
Absolutely appreciate it. Oh man, here you get some stars.
He's a shooting star.
Yeah, shooting star. We got to give balloons too because we gave balloons last time. We can't go without giving balloons. So you'll get balloons right now as well. Just waiting for the stars to continue falling. Absolutely appreciate all the love, guys. Jay Dragon is in the house.
What's he dragging?
What is
He's
going
nut.
on, Jay Dragon? Guys, everybody who's gifting, everybody else who's in the chat, you guys should all be subscribing to one another. Follow each other. Like, this is the way we continue to grow. We got content creators that are actually in there in the chat as well. Follow everybody. Um, when they're here giving love to this show and other people's show, we got to make sure we show that love right back, and help each other out.
You know,
So make
you
sure
know,
that you're clicking on that little J Dragon, you're clicking on Cass, you're clicking on Simple Davy. Anybody who pops in, um, give some love, some Kush Genie. Okay, give some love. Absolutely appreciate it. Amanda, just give love to everybody. Let's end this year out correctly. Absolutely the best. So yeah, Cass, we will go in 20 minutes. We'll go to handy news. I
next
haven't
time you're
rated them in
talking to
quite some time
Tomby,
anyway. Huh?
here's a new idea for Tomby. In
Wait,
my
what's?
Rumble page,
Uh
when
huh.
I open up the creators on the side panel,
Uh huh.
I would like to organize that list however I want it. So the
Yeah, that would
people
be nice, right?
I expect to see higher up, like
Yeah.
actual channels. I mean, not that I don't love following all the people that are there, but the actual channels, I want to put them at the top so I can easily see them.
Yeah.
Give me a tool that allows me to organize that list.
Yeah, that would be pretty good. Davis wants to know what time ish you might be going live tomorrow.
Uh, that's a good question. I mean, I'd like to say my normal time, 6:30 Eastern, but I don't know when I'm gonna be done with dinner. So
Yeah, I am. Yeah, for me, I'll be traveling tomorrow, and then I won't be back on Rumble doing anything but gaming. I am going to be gaming, guys, but that's going to be strictly Rumble. Those of you who've been following, if you're on LoopTube, guys, the news is come next year, we're done. This is the last show. This is the last live show that's going to be on LoopTube. I'm thinking of going live on X. I got to figure out how that moderation goes there. Um, and stuff like that. So I got to get moderators for that and whatnot.
we're gonna have to call it something other than LoopTube, though. LoopTube makes it sound like they're a loving, caring organization that want to make
No,
it better for you.
yeah,
You know,
LoopTube is because they just constantly giving it to you in the ass.
yeah, but they don't want you to feel bad about that. Now,
Yeah.
if it was jar of broken glass, I would
Oh,
understand.
down with the gifted subscription, guys. If you haven't tapped in the chat, these subscriptions are hanging out there. Just say something in the chat, and you'll get some love. Yeah, J Dragon got it. Excellent.
Dragging these nuts.
Thank you so much, fam. Absolutely appreciating the love on the way out this year. I want to miss you guys for a week. I'm telling you, I'll be back next week. Like I said, I'll be on Rumble Gaming, but the shows, I'm gonna miss that. Working on some things again, new places for us to stream to, and because we're just trying to open up the audience, I'm looking to change some stuff up. And by the way, we got an outro song. You didn't hear this one. Uh, you didn't hear this one, Chris. This for. Did you hear
I
the other one?
I did not. I was still wrapping up my stream, so I didn't get to hear your intro. But
Ah.
I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I got we got the what do you call it? I got an outro song and whatnot. I'll play once we're off air, I'll play you the intro, so you can and all from Suno. Suno has become my best friend. I'm gonna straight up make a fucking podcast album. Put that shit on iTunes. See if I can
Hey,
make some money.
every opportunity to market your work, go for it. Set it up in your merch store.
I got that I gotta set up the what do you call it? I set up the sticker mule, but you gotta buy something first. You gotta like make
Yeah,
and buy shit before it becomes possible. There will be merch starting next year, guys. I don't know if Sticker Mule does t-shirts. Do they do t-shirts too?
I don't think so.
I think they just do stickers and coffee cups and stuff, right?
But hey, start with stickers and stickers only. You can
Jade
find out
says you're right.
you can actually find out which designs people would like, and those are the ones you stick on a shirt.
Yeah, I love
You know,
KD too, Jay Dragon. You can't not love KD. He's just
I
like
mean, it depends. You can't not love him in general, but sometimes
yeah.
at the moment you want to just reach out and strangle the man.
Just to choke a little bit. Just choke a little bit of life out of him. That's all, but you still love
Just a little bit.
him. uh No shirts yet. What are you talking about? No, we're not taking off our shirts down. He is
Yeah,
everybody. KD is
I'm
absolutely everybody's friend.
we will save the taking of the shirts off for
Yeah.
third Railify, and Gina can lead that charge for us.
Yeah. KD is an absolute blast. I invite him every Saturday. He works his ass off though, so hey, he's got things going on in life as well. So, uh, but I invite him every Friday. It's like if you're not tired, every Saturday, come to the show, come hang out. And what does he do when he does come on? He's just shoveling shit down his gullet.
Oh, every time. If
Every
the ca-
show, no matter what
if the
show he's
camera's
on, he's
on,
eating.
the only time that's not the case is when he's doing his own cooking stream. He starts off by making the food, and then he's shoveling shit down.
And he's shoveling shit, yeah, down his throat.
You got a solid hour of him not eating. So I mean,
So true. It's so true, man. He just like constantly shoveling shit down his gullet, man. It's so funny to watch sometimes. It's like, dude, do you ever stop eating? Where does it go? Uh
I don't know.
you met
I was on Joey's show last night. Nightcap. He did an early stream,
he
and we had
invited me, but I had streamed already.
yeah,
I was
we had
done.
KD on there, and
Uh
I don't know if you know this, but we got him to show us pictures of his twin or him without a beard.
no shit.
I it's a bit of a shock, but the look actually
You know,
would work.
right. I gotta
But
see that. I'm gonna mess with him when we get back. Um yeah, so the sticker mule guy. So you met Anthony before? I've actually been trying to get him on the show. uh to talk
uh,
to him because he was going to run for Congress. I don't know if he's going to run again for um Stefanik's seat that she's given up. He was
yeah,
trying to run for.
I don't know him personally, but I did have a chance to call into Tim Pool's show one night, and he was on. So I mean, got to interact with him.
Yeah, yeah. I had somebody on the show that's actually pretty close to him, and was helping him. Actually, they made a song specifically for him called New Blood, um DVS 7.0. His name's Sean, actually, too, as well. And like him, Cozy Wellness, and Jesus King is his rap name. God, I'm getting his rap name wrong. Anyway, they did a pretty fantastic jam that they put together, and they took clips from one of the guys that told Anthony that he would bury him and stuff like that because he recorded the call and he put it in the song. It was awesome. The so-called conservative in the state of New York was not going to help Anthony run and everything because, like, I got away from the New York Republican Party anyway while I was up there because they're full of shit.
Well, I mean, the parties are full of shit regardless. I mean,
That is true. The party as a whole is full of shit right now. Um, even some of our favorite, I guess, actors that we like, they're just like not getting it done.
hey,
Um,
but we got Nicki Minaj joining the coalition. It's all cool.
yeah, that's all right. Yeah, you know, Nicki Minaj. At least listen, she's taking all kinds of fucking fire, friendly fire and whatnot. Um, no, Blondie, it is okay, honey. Come on, it's all good. All right, we're good, Blondie. Uh, you got boys, you got a family, you got to take care of. Blondie, by the way, guys, just so you guys know, she's getting her own podcast started up next year. I'm going to be helping her with that during the break to get her going.
It's
She'll
about
probably be
time.
going when she goes live. She'll probably be going live on X and Rumble and whatnot. I'm going to get her set up with that. And, please make sure once I have more facts about when she's going to go and what the dates and times are, like, what days during the week she's going, I will make sure you all have that. So that'll be something that we will be bringing to you in the new year. Blondie's, well, I'm not going to say the name because I want to make sure she takes it before I say it, but I think we gave her a good name. We talked about it. Hope she takes it. I think it's awesome. Um, Speaking of Jonathan, what are we looking for? Are we looking at okay for a movie night next month in the new year? Because I know you work your ass off and stuff like that. So I want to make sure. I don't want to tell people we're doing that yet, but I know that you'll come through because you always do. Uh,
I mean,
you know,
did you come up with the name of Blondes Have More Fun?
nah, we got a good name for it. All right, Jonathan, just keep me posted. As soon as I know from Jonathan when we can go with a movie night next month, um, I will let you guys all know. So that'll be something when we come back. Just so you guys know, we won't be back. The Break the Machine podcast will not be brought back until January 5th. And then the second week, Warrior Wednesday. But January 5th, we'll have Break the Machine podcast 3 times that week, because this is the last Warrior Wednesday of the year. So the next Wednesday, when we start kick it off, we'll have three BTMs during that week, guys. Um, so we'll be loaded heavy. I'm trying to put together our J6 show for January 5th to bring back some of the J6ers that we had on the show, just to see how they're doing and check in on them. I do got Chatty Annie is going to be coming. Annie Howell, she's coming in. She was a J6er. She's going to come in. She's already confirmed, and I'm trying to get a couple of other ones that have been on the show, just so we can catch up with them, see how they're doing, make sure that they're all right, and just kind of talk to you all and whatnot.
Find out if they've
Again,
taken over the country yet.
yeah,
Remember,
yeah, all
they
right.
did
Like
lead.
the
Did lead the biggest insurrection we've ever known.
I know, right? It's like, oh, they're gonna take over the country if you pardon them. Now they're gonna do bigger things and stuff like that. Most every single J6er is fucking struggling right now
The most
because they're having
violent
a
and
hard time
dangerous,
getting a job and all that other shit.
the most violent and dangerous day in American history, and there
Yep,
wasn't a single gun.
yep, not one shot. Right? The only people who died were J6ers on J6. Unbelievable, incredible. But yeah, that's what we're working on. Scott and I are working on trying to get people together for the month of January. The work never stops, guys. But even though we're taking a break, no matter what we do, we're definitely gonna. Fred the Gambler is in the house. Good to see you, brother. Um, I
I
definitely want to have you on with Scott, though, Chris. I want you because you haven't met him yet. So I want you. I think it would be a great. Well, actually, you did. You were on with us. That one that you came in. What am I talking about? It's
see,
my memories for shit, Chris.
this is why
What am I
you
talking
need.
about? You jumped in to talk to us. You were sick that day.
This is why you need to have uh, this week off, this time
Yeah, I
away
just
at the end of the
the
year.
days are
Your
overlapping.
mind is scrambled.
So true. Listen, it's been a long year. Um, it's been positive for the show, guys. We've had a lot of great guests. I'm sure you have too on your show.
I mean, I picked up a lot that I didn't expect, and there's many more. I've talked to a few people on X that are fairly prominent, and I'm trying to work something out to get them on myself.
Right.
But that's always a work in progress.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. It is. It is. It is. Trying to link up with other people's schedule. Uh, we got last minuted a lot where like last minute people would just like cancel on us or bail. I'd rather you not even I'd rather you just not even respond to me, because then I could just keep moving. So one of the things I'm definitely going to do is I'm going to tighten up that ship a little bit too, and just hey, if you want to come on the show, you coming on the show. I need an answer by such and such time because I got to keep moving. um and it's not being friendly to people and not continue to be professional like I always am, but I got left got left with my dick in the wind on more than one occasion this year.
I
uh
see. I've always got to the point because I mean that's always an issue, especially when I haven't been planning ahead in most cases, to where it's like I set this up a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance. I'm usually or asking people, hey, can you come on
right,
hours, you know, to 1 to 2 hours beforehand. So I find out the best thing for me to do was start planning and preparing everything as if I was the only one going to be on today.
right.
And you get comfortable with doing that, and then you're just able to carry the show. And then
Yeah,
if
absolutely.
you have somebody,
It's
it's
even
that much
better.
easier.
Yeah, yeah, I do the same thing. Like there were a couple of nights that my partner Scott, like he had family stuff. He runs his own business and stuff like that, right? Like, and he couldn't, like, he got stuck with travel, and I powered through, and other people stepped in too, and just like jumped as like, yeah, I'll come hang or whatever,
Yeah.
and we ended up a show. But I did plenty of shows where I was by myself, for 2 hours. Uh, it is what it is, man. It's just part of the business, right? Like, you just, like, things happen. What I'm talking about is like people just like months. You get a month out, they want to, yeah, I want to be on your show. You set it up, you set dates up, you fucking hook them up with a link, you stay in touch with them, and then like a half hour right before the show is supposed to start, they're like, oh, I can't. was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I will never get to the point where I'm setting something up a month in advance because that's
Yeah.
just way too much time for them to change their mind.
Yeah, my thing is, but see, here's my thing, right? Like if when when you asked me to be on your show, I was like, yeah, this is when I could get in there, right? And then we
Yep.
boom, and what did I show up? If I tell you I'm going to be on your show, I'm going to be on your show. That's just there's no,
Not
that's
only
just who
that,
I am.
but once we set it up, you actually confirmed with me like 4 times
Yeah,
in the days leading up to it. We're still good for
yeah.
this date. We're still good for that. We're still, and I tried to respond to every time. Just make
Yeah.
sure
Yeah, just
absolutely.
to make sure, because I know things change, right? Like you could have you could have said like, oh, no show tonight, right? Which is fine. That happens. There was I did that a couple of times this year. I wasn't feeling well and I was sick. I was like, I can't go on air. I'm just not feeling right, and didn't go on air or like some family shit popped up and there was no show and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just how I am, man. That's just how I am. I will confirm to make sure we're going and if I give you my word, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. It's just because we had a good conversation. I think that show did pretty good that
Oh,
night. We're-
I can't tell if it was bot traffic or what, but I mean,
Right.
it's 1,500 people views now.
Wow.
I mean,
Wow.
thanks.
Yeah. We had a bot earlier.
Yeah, see that's
um,
the weird thing. I go on and I go see these other streams. Yours, for example, today you had a bot in, and I've seen in other streams bots appear. I never
yeah.
see a bot in my stream.
You just want one, right? He's like, can I just get a bot, please?
If the bots notice me, maybe I'll grow faster.
Yeah, right. Like if the bots are noticing me, maybe other people will.
I'll take the pretend follower. I don't care. Well, it's just like on X. You get those. I'm sorry. You look at the profile picture and you automatically know that's got to be a bot because one, the universe that your profile picture exists in
Yeah.
does not interact with my universe in any way, shape, or form.
Right. Absolutely.
I'll take your follow,
Yeah. 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 You want to follow me? Absolutely.
but
100%. Yeah, man. Well, like I said, we're gonna do some different things next year. Changing it up. I'm gonna do a B Money's gonna come in at the end of the month and do like a 15-minute economy segment month per month to let everybody know how the economy's doing because he's kind of in on that. I'm working on yeah, he's pretty in tune with like what's going on. Rogue Data says I'm a bot. um I I'm working on getting someone for culture too as well to get into like movies, what's going on, new movies that are coming out, the bullshit that might be going on as well, drama, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Just to kind of get that too, change it up a little bit. So I got to work on that for the new year as well. But
and
that'll be towards the end of January anyway when I do those segments, just to kind of bring people up because you know Brian was like, fine. He's like, yeah, I can do the end of the month because he's married and stuff like that
yeah,
and everything. So he's like, yeah, he's like 15 minutes, I can do that easily. I was like, all right. You just like you let me know the last. We'll do like if the last Friday of the month or some shit.
and I'm gonna push back on Nina. She's not a bot. She's a Fed.
Yeah, she's a Fed. There you go.
It's
Nina's a
close.
Fed.
There is a distinction, though. I mean,
Nina the Fed. Well,
there are
Chris.
there are no women on the internet. Only
Yeah,
Feds.
they're all Feds. Well, brother, shit, we're almost out of here, man. Take your plug, take your time doing it. It's just Christmas. You don't have to rush anything, man.
In a world where everyone is gone completely crazy.
Fucking knew you were gonna do something like that.
Guys, I am Chris from the Quiet Part Pod. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Rumble. You can find me on X. You can find me on Instagram. And you can now find me on Facebook as the Quiet Part Pod. Uh,
Nice.
I go live Monday through Friday, 6:30 Eastern. Uh, it's always going to happen. Um, don't know about tomorrow. I'm still thinking I might just because there's got to be people that are looking for something live happening
There
tomorrow.
always is. There always
And,
is, man. Sometimes
and
people need a break from their fam.
yeah, so we'll see about that. But there will absolutely be a show on Friday. Probably going to raid straight into Yankees, bourbon, and beer. You know, we got Daddy
Just
Yankee holding it down for us.
oh yeah, I'm glad you just fucking said raid because I was like, oh shit, I didn't set that up.
If you don't know who Yankee is, and I can't imagine anyone watching this stream doesn't know who Yankee is,
Yeah, no
go
shit.
check out Yankee Freeze channel. Today he did a several hour long barbecue session for a pork butt. That thing looked amazing this morning, and it will
Damn sure did.
continue to look amazing. You know, throughout the day, they're eating it now. I'm jealous. So check
Yeah,
out
I
Yankee
wish.
Freeze.
I absolutely wish I could could have had some of that. It just
Three and a half hours in, and that thing already looked amazing, and it hadn't even hit the stall.
well, fam, America, it has been one hell of a year. We've had some mountaintops, some valleys that we've dropped into. We've met new friends of the show, people like Chris, the Girl Dad Official, Yankee Free, KD, Down, who's in the chat. So I'm gonna go through and thank all of you guys. Okay, Fred the Gambler, thank you for coming in tonight. Absolutely appreciate it. Rogue Nina, I love you. You're my ride or die. Jonathan, I'm going to thank you at the end because, like, you deserve. The year we had has been fantastic. Jay Dragon, thanks for coming in to get today down. You're absolutely fantastic. Davey, thanks for stopping by. Choir Part Pod. Chris on the panel with me today. Absolutely appreciate it. Cowgirl, who's become a ride or die. Absolutely love you, honey. She's with us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday now. And you'll see her on Saturday sometimes too with the Salty Dog Show. Cass Rumble, who jumps in and freaking helps out with the modding and whatnot, and just drops in and gives us information we need on who we need to rate to and whatnot. Absolutely love you, honey. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Thanks for the subscriptions, guys. Down, thank you. Manda, thank you so much for the gifted subscriptions. Kushti, thank you for the chat for the rant. Absolutely appreciate it. Simple Davy was in the house for a little bit too. Thank you so much. You were fantastic. You guys are great. We got to get you on the show at some point, man. Absolutely appreciate you for stopping by. Did I miss anybody, Jonathan? Please let me know so that I can thank them. I think I got everybody. I don't know if I had anybody early that I missed. No, I think I got everybody who was in the chat and chilling with us. So,
Yankee is asking if you're done.
uh, yes, I am about to Yankee. I'm about to sign off, brother. We're about to go. Christmas is about to start. I got everyone. Jonathan, I want to thank you, man. This has been one hell of a year, brother. Uh, we've been through it this year, man, with the hiccups, with the shows, everything from tech issues to people bailing on us and not showing up. I absolutely appreciate you, man. I love you 100%. No homo. You're the absolute man. Absolutely appreciate you, bro. Jonathan is my head ninja in charge with the modding. He takes care of things on YouTube and Rumble for me at the same time, along with everybody else who steps in. Neurodivergent jumps in too. Liz is always in the background lurking as well. But Jonathan, brother, I just want to let you know, man, I absolutely love you, brother. Fucking looking forward to this next year. And since we're not gonna be, since we're not full homo, way to go, Fred. Um, since we're not going to be on YouTube next year, you got one less thing that you have to worry about modding for us. But we will see. We will see. I'll talk to you over the holidays and get your input on where you think we should go next. But once again, fam, I absolutely love you all. I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And if I don't see you, a Happy New Year. I will be back, and the show will be back. BTM Break the Machine podcast on January 5th. As I was saying, it'll be on / January 6th episode. We're gonna have some J6ers. Warrior Wednesday will be the second week of what do you call it? Of January. Salty Dog will be in the first week. So that is the what is that? The 10th. Okay. We will have a Salty Dog show. We will be back. We always have a pretty good lineup there. Chris is always hanging out with us. Now he's become a regular on the show on Saturdays. The Girl Dad Official is there with us. KD jumps in. Some point we'll get Yankee Free back, but he's always busy too because he has his own shows that he has to do. And he likes to drive Sable. So like I get it. It's got a beautiful vehicle. Anyway, fam, got a song for you guys on the way out. you're gonna want to stick around for this one, Chris, to hear it. It's fucking pretty badass song, man. Um, down. Did I hit that? Where did I hit that? Good lord. You see that? See, Down's thing is up. Where was that subscription at? Damn it!
Oh
I
wow,
gotta
that was
find it.
a while back.
Yeah, that was the what do you call it when he dropped the subscription. Um, see, it doesn't for whatever reason it doesn't come up in EVMux, which absolutely sucks. That doesn't do that.
You got some
Well,
trolling
Down,
ahead of
you're
you.
gonna stay on the fucking page. That's just how we're doing it. All right. Love you guys. I am the Big Red One Guy signing out. And remember that together and only together can we break the machine. God bless you all. God bless America. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. If you're traveling tomorrow, safe travels, everyone. On the way out, here's our new outro song for Warrior Wednesday.